transonic state on 168 grain bullets tend to become more unstable than my ex-girlfriend after a few shots of Jack Daniels. Hey YouTubers, Crud Big Rig here again with another video on precision rifle stuff. I've really gotten into this kind of thing, and I got two new videos to give you, and I think I'm going to combine them. One is that I'd really like to test out this new Guerilla Ammunition 308. It's a 175 grain Sierra Match King. It's supposedly more accurate than Federal Gold Metal Match, which is pretty darn accurate in my gun, even though it's a 1 in 12 twist rate. 168s tend to stabilize far better. In fact, Copper Creek has been pretty much the best ammo that I could use, but I really want something to push out past 1,000 yards, and 168s tend to go goofy when they go transonic. So I've been trying to figure out what is the best load for me, and personally it's in between Prime Ammunition, Federal Gold Metal Match, and possibly this Guerilla stuff. The other thing that I've got in review is the Tab Gear suppressor cover. So without further ado, let's go test this shit. So this is the Tab Gear SAS3. This has several different features on it that make it very conducive for precision rifle work. One is that on the end here, where the throat is, there's a piece of cordage, and what this does is it prevents the can cover from slipping forward as it recoils. On the front end, you have a little bit of support webbing here, and that's to stiffen everything up, because as you can see, this is barely flat with the suppressor face. The reasoning for a suppressor cover is to prevent mirage. Whenever you're looking through a high-powered optic like this and the can heats up, it tends to create mirage. Makes it very difficult to look through the scope accurately. Another feature that I really like is that I put the order in to have this cordage going through it. This helps tension the suppressor cover over top of the can, and it also helps the cover from backing off. Another nice feature, although it's really for more military and law enforcement, is that this allows you to cami this whole rifle up. So you can put sticks, crap like that in there. Not really something for civilian usage, but I'll show you how this can cover works. Once you get the can close to snug, unfortunately this isn't tight enough that you can just grab it and tighten it. You have to take the cover off. Alright, so it's on the face of the threading. So once you get that snugged up, see how this pulls off? That's because here's where the suppressor gets at its hottest. So once that's installed like that, you're good to go. Guerilla Ammunition. Barnes Vortex hunting ammo. It's 100% all copper, 168 grain tipped TSX boat tail bullets. They use a ballistic tip, and that's to help supposedly with expansion. We'll check out how accurate this stuff is. I really never liked hunting ammo just because it tended to be really shitty on accuracy. Let's have a look-see here. Do not like this bipod at all. Everyone raves about the Harrises, they fucking suck. Let's look at all the casings from these different manufacturers and check out the quality of each one. Copper Creek, very unique company because you can actually get any type of brass you really want. You can get Lapua brass, you can get Winchester. I think this, I do believe, is Winchester brass. Really nice looking bullet when it comes out, and let's face it, you're paying a premium price for all of this ammunition, so it's really nice to get what you pay for. And again, sorry for doing this shit on my oven, but this is the best lighting that I can do right now. Guerilla was actually, it was disappointing because you see here, shit's dirty. The bullets are brand new, you know, Sierra Match King, but I was really disappointed. Again, head stamp is FC16. Now, if you look at Federal, it's exactly what you would expect. Brand new casing on it. Federal head stamp. Again, beautiful cartridge, what you would expect from buying what is known as the gold standard for precision rifle. Nexus is one of those brands that I had really high hopes, because if you look here, the neck has been annealed, which for reloaders, really something nice. Nexus head stamp, and again, 175 grain open tip match bullet. This was actually one of the big surprises, is I really liked that Nexus annealed their brass. Now, Barnes Vortex. I tell you what, for the price that I paid for this ammo, what was it? 45? Yeah, we'll call it 45. $45. Now the brass is a little chipped up, but you know, whatever. But Jesus, the markings on the all copper bullets was really disappointing. I really hope that these work out a lot better as a hunting round. We'll find out here this fall for hunting season. And then we have Prime. Again, Prime, brand new ammunition. It's even head stamped Prime. Again, what you would expect from a quality manufacturer of ammunition. In fact, I do believe Prime's manufacturing comes from Sweden. If it isn't Sweden, I think it's Swiss. However, Fantastic ammunition. Again, it's nice that you can purchase this stuff in bulk as well as getting them incrementally throughout the year. Alright guys, so shot a whole shitload of groups here. Whole shitload. Top left we got Guerilla Ammunition, which is 175 grain. Federal Gold Medal Match, the gold standard, 175 grain. Nexus, which is one of the fastest of the 175 grains. I think this thing out of a 26-inch barrel is blowing out at 2750, I think. Let's see here. 2730. That's fucking flying, and it shows, unfortunately, with our groups here. Barnes Vortex, all copper. Really crucial when it comes to hunting, especially some game lands only allow copper now. You're not allowed to use any lead. Prime, the go-to subscription service ammunition. You can subscribe to Prime ammo. You got 168 grain Copper Creek as well. So what have I learned from all of this crap? Well, the gold standard is still Federal. The second place is definitely Copper Creek. Up here, this is the first 5-shot group I made with Copper Creek. And then, as you can see here, this is a 3-shot group. Fantastic. Unfortunately, 168 grain is the only one out of this, besides all copper, that I shot. The big problem is once you hit past the 800 yard range, 168 grainers go a little bit wonky. Their transonic state is very erratic. The transonic state on 168 grain bullets tend to become more unstable than my ex-girlfriend after a few shots of Jack Daniels. Now, Prime is actually really good in this 1 in 12 twist rate. This is a 5-shot group from Prime, a really respectable 3-shot group, and then here we have 3 different 3-shot groups. They're all under an inch. Each one of these big squares is 1 inch. But I'm looking for something a little bit more accurate. With the 168 grain Vortex, it's okay for hunting ammo, but as you can see, they're kind of pathetic groups compared to, all the other ammunition out here. Now, the one that I was having really high hopes for that just blew it completely out of the water, not a good way, Nexus. High velocity, 175 grain bullet, and as you can see here, it is a little bit over an inch group. It's just not acceptable for me. It's bad. Went to the Guerilla ammo. Guerilla, really excited about. This first group was really opened up. I thought maybe I rushed it, so I aimed for another group. It did tighten up a little bit. Shot this group. You could say it might be the win, but I'm willing to bet it's the ammo, because if you can see from all these other groups, I am capable of quite good accuracy. Shot this 3-round group. Speaking of which, all of these are 3-shot groups. I went a little bit different on this route. Again, Guerilla Ammo 3-shot group, it's alright, but for the money I'm paying, I'm pretty pissed. Then we go to Federal. I wasn't too proud of my first 2 Federal groupings. However, today, when I went in, I actually thought that this might have been a fluke. That's a very nice 3-shot group. Focus in there. Shot another group, again, pretty respectable. If you're going center to center, it's about, quarter MOA. And then another fantastic 3-shot group. This stuff just, it blows it out of the water. And price point wise, this is the cheapest out of all of these. I really don't want to be that guy, but Overall, in the Remington 700P, I would go with Federal, then Prime Ammunition, just because if you're planning on shooting long range. If not, obviously this will get the job done for hunting. Copper Creek is fantastic group-wise. Out to 800, I would say go with Copper Creek. However, if you're competing and you're possibly taking a 1,200-yard shot, Prime and Federal are the go-to guys, at least with my rifle. Now, guys with 1 in 10 twist rates, I'm sure is going to have better results than I did. But at the same time, I have to choose for me. And for me, Federal is the go-to.